Berkeley Gulp minnow. Your crib, Dave. Trying to catch some catfish bait. They already kicked me off the Orr House dock. They said I have to fish off the bank. They told me there's signs everywhere. I told them I can't read. All I can do is weld and fish, so they bought it. They just told me that real nicely that I have to fish off the bank. Now let's see if we can't catch something. This is about the 10th one I caught before I started recording. I just figured I'd show you that Berkeley Gulp minnow. He go hard in the paint for that catfish bait. 365, baby. Just thought I'd take you guys out here and check out this G3 Sportsman 1710 2021 model. Don't mind the mess on the back deck. Just putting some tackle away. It's got a 70 horse Yamaha 4-stroke motor. Very nice, tilt and trim, all that stuff. 2 custom rod racks. 2 really big, really deep live wells. There was a divider in there. I took that garbage out. I mean, I guess there might be an application for it, but not for what I'm doing. This is one of my favorite parts. Got some tools or some stuff that you want to put underneath the seat. There, I mean, it goes all the way over here, all the way up underneath the center seat. Which the center seat, you know, it folds down, so that way you got a spot to step up to the back deck, so you're not tearing anything up. But you know, you can put just some miscellaneous tackle, knife. Oh, here's that divider that was. You see that knife? Here's that divider that was in the live well. It actually went across the live well. There's those things that hold it in place, but it's just plastic, plexiglass or something. It flexes right out. And anyhow, I like that. Comes with the fire extinguisher, comes with the navigation lights, the forward and back bilge pumps for the live wells, the automatic bilge pump for the boat itself, fuel, miles per hour, RPM, tilt and trim, master power accessories. Oh, it comes with, instead of a cigarette lighter, it comes with a I don't know, USB plug-ins. I thought that was pretty sweet because nobody really smokes cigarettes anymore, and nobody really uses those cigarette lighters anymore. And I don't know, I just thought that was cool, because who wants to buy a cigarette lighter adapter when they could just do that in the first place? This is really cool. This is the Panfish series, and you can put a pole here and a seat. You can take that seat out and put another pole right there, so you can have 2 seats at the front if you wanted to do that. I think this is a 70-pound thrust trolling motor. No, it's a 55-pound thrust trolling motor. Either way, for what I do, I ain't using that sucker that much. It works just fine for what I'm doing. See, and you can even set another pole and a seat and then right down here for whatever reason. This is one of the things I wish that was different about this boat. They've got 2 of those mounts up front. I wish they had 2 in the rear of the boat. You're allowed to seat up to 4 people, so you'd have to have 1 guy here, 1 guy in the middle of the boat, then you could have 2 guys at the front of the boat. I think you should be able to have 2 at the front and then 2 on the rear of the boat. If you buy this boat, I'm not telling you to get this ice chest, but it does hold ice very well. Didn't cost $1 million, and when you're fishing, it fits right underneath there, so it's out of the way. So I like it a lot. And it's got some rod holders. I'll just show you guys real quick. So here's the rod locker. Won't be using that. Use it for extra tackle space, lights, and Abu Garcia Veritas rod. We just keep that in there just in case we see some stripers or sand bass or hybrids busting the top, we'll go after them, throw after them anyways. Then we got this ice chest that came with these rod holders. I don't really know how comfortable it'd be to try to carry an ice chest with 4 rods, because it's got 4 rod holders. I don't really know how comfortable it'd be to carry it with 2 rods sticking up out of it while you're trying to carry it through the woods or whatever. Maybe if you put it on a wagon and you were pulling it behind you, so that way the rods, you know, it'd have a lower center of gravity and you wouldn't be getting whacked in the face with fishing rods. That'd be my thought. Oh, another great thing about this freaking boat. I filled it up, pure gas and all that stuff. The break-in period is 10 hours. I drove it around for 10 hours. And I still had 3/4 of a tank of gas. So I drove it for 10 hours. And most of this time you're plowing water, you know, right before you come up on a plane where your nose is just, and you're really making a wake, you're literally, exactly what I said, you're pushing water. And anyhow, 10 hours and I used 1/4 of a tank of gas. So I drive it for 3 or 4 weeks and I get it down to 1/4 of a tank. And I put in, I don't know, $20 I think. Fill it back up to half a tank. It's a 21 or 22 gallon tank, I don't remember. And but anyhow, you never need to put that much in there or you'll be worried about your gas going bad, because I drive it, I go fishing 3 or 4 times a week. And I'm out on the water for 5 or 6 hours of the week, which I just get up on pad and just run and get where I'm going and then stop, and then I'll fish there. And sometimes I only go to one spot and then I fish there. I don't run the motor that much. So probably if you're gonna bass fish off of it or run a tournament or something, you might fill it up, but I still would just fill it up halfway so that way I didn't have to worry about a stabilizer. I wouldn't want to run anything extra through it that I didn't have to. That's just my opinion. Maybe in the winter time, but I doubt it. I'll fish this sucker all winter. It's got this Lowrance hook reveal. In my opinion, that's all I need. I don't need a live scope. If I can find bait, I can find fish. Fish eat fish. So if I find shad, I find fish that eat shad. Pretty basic stuff. I really like this. This ain't a swing away tongue. The swing away tongues are pretty cool, but I really like this. It's got this lock right here and it's got this pin. Literally, I pull that out, pull this out, put this in the bed of my truck, and then, you know, they can't steal it. I mean, I guess I could drag it by the chains, but I don't know what it'd be worth if they done that. Anyhow, it's got this chain here for whatever. I guess this is adjustable. I never really noticed that until now, that this goes up and down. But I like it right where it's at. This boat handles well. I don't know, it rides really well. I've had 5 of us in it at the same time. Still planes out, but you're not gonna go 45 with 5 people in it. You'll go about 32 or 33, 34 miles an hour maybe. Well, what else was there to talk about? Oh, it's got its own charging system. You don't have to run chargers. You just plug your cord into it. And I just leave my cord hung over the fence. I back right up to the fence and I just slap it over and stick it in there, plug it in. These are my rod racks. I built these, I think I had this boat. I had the break-in period over with. When the break-in period was over with, I put rod racks on it. I mean, I pretty well put them on there instantly. I go catfishing a lot, and that's what I do, so. I'm not done with them yet.